The latest. Thank you for love and support. I appreciate you all. To my wonderful Super Thanks gifters, I say thank you so much for the love that you've shown to me. And please, if you also want to support my channel and what I am doing, you can also send me a Super Thanks of any amount that you have to support the channel. I am grateful. The leader of EFF, Julius Malema, powerful message. According to Julius Malema, we need to be prepared that Donald Trump sits in the United States of America and talk about white genocide. But he's not surprised that what about the black genocide that is happening in the United States of America every blessed day, and people are silent over it. We know what these people are doing to black people in their respective countries. According to Julius Malema, if truly South Africans are ready to fight for their land, then they should be ready to face the consequences that will come. If they should start to do anything about the land reform in South Africa, the United States will come. Not only the United States of America, EU will come, UK will come. And that we should not be quick in looking for happiness when we are not willing to go through the pain. That before there will be happiness in anything that we do, the first thing that will come is the pain. How are we ready to endure the pain that will come? And I fear, this is what normally these people always do to us. Fear. They always try to put fear in us by always making sure that we remain poor, by cutting their aid, by the sanctions they give to us. And the African do not always want to be ready to face life. And that is the reason to which these people always get the opportunity to be doing whatsoever that they are doing to us. But Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have shown us the way, proving to us that sanctions wouldn't kill us. If these people do their worst, nothing will happen to us. According to him, they have made themselves available. They have sacrificed their lives. They are now the sacrificial lamb to save the land, the homeland or death.
There is no white genocide here. It's an absolute rubbish to say there is white genocide. There is black genocide in the USA. They are killing black people in the USA. My view is that Donald Trump is contributing in this debate which is going on. And in the process of contribution, Donald Trump made a similar contribution that were made by white people, all of them, in the hearings, in the public hearings. Donald Trump is not saying anything we have not heard from white people in all the hearings. I even commented and said, I'm still to meet a white person who support expropriation of land without compensation. So why are you shocked? I see leaders of the EFF and everybody responding to Donald Trump. I don't have time for nonsense. I expected this. And more backlash is going to come. If South Africans are not ready to expropriate the land because they are scared of sanctions, they are scared of backlash, then don't vote for the EFF. Because you vote for us, we are going to expropriate land. And Donald Trump will come for us. And Britain will come for us. And EU will come for us. I said, and I said this throughout my life in the movement, that for everything good comes the pain before. If you're not prepared, South Africa, to take the pain, then forget about the land. Donald Trump has not said anything extreme. Things are still going to come. I hope the Zuma group in the ANC, which is supporting this thing, they know the consequences. We know the consequences. We know that the first response will be killing. They will kill us for that. There's a group of white right-wingers who are being trained by Jews in Pretoria to be snipers. Snipers. They are not training guns. In the EFF, we are training toy guns. They're dealing with real stuff. They are training in a farm in Pretoria. We know it. To be snipers. So we know that death is the first price we are prepared to pay. The second price we are prepared to pay for this land is poverty. They will close taps. But if there is a conviction, and not sloganeering and public opinions, then we must be prepared for everything. It's a war. We must be prepared for Donald Trump and all of them. We're not scared of them. We remain unshaken. Actually, we are more determined after the Donald Trump tweet to expropriate our land without compensation. There is no white genocide here. It's an absolute rubbish to say there is white genocide. There is black genocide in the USA. They are killing black people in the USA. There is black genocide here in South Africa. Black people are being killed all the time. A farmer has been sentenced to life now recently for having killed a farm worker. Imagine if it was a black person sent life for having killed a white person. It will be news all over. But this black person was killed and a white farmer sent to prison for long time in jail. It's once off reporting and it's done. There is no scientific evidence that points to any white genocide in South Africa. It's not true. And we're not scared of such things. We're not going to be distracted by anyone. Only death will stop us. Not Trump, not poverty, not sanctions. We have all of them in our mind. We know the consequences of what we're asking for. We know it. And it's not like we're going into this thing without knowing the consequences. So AfriForum is the embassy of the USA. If you want issues to reach USA, go to AfriForum. Then you shall get a proper response. But otherwise, AfriForum is nothing to us. We're not scared of AfriForum. We're continuing business as usual. Not that we're not these Twitter revolutionaries who say all sorts of things about Donald Trump. If we were to say to them, all of them, let's go to the US embassy, none of them will come. They tweet from their comfort beds with bed heaters. So we are on the streets. We're fighting this thing on the streets. We are on the picket lines. That's why we're not shaken. We know this is what people want. And if there is anyone who's in this thing without knowing the consequences, then you are in the wrong place. Cyril, you could hear the man is in pain to explain these things in Parliament yesterday. He calls me Musima Imani because he's troubled. He can't even think straight. He's in pain. It is the most difficult thing to explain a policy you don't believe in. How do you say you must expropriate land and give people title deeds? Our people, and I will not disagree with them, if they were to have a paper like this called the title deed, they want to eat title deed. Here is a paper called title deed, yet you remain poverty stricken. And here is a man with money who says to me, give me that paper, I give you the money to eat now. They will take the money. You are setting our people up for failure when you talk title deeds. Always in politics, you must ask the question, who's raising this and who stands to benefit from this? They are going to give our people title deeds. Our people are going to use those title deeds as surety, and they will not be in a position to pay the debt, and the white people will come and take those things. And the story that white people stole the land will disappear, because they will say, no, we took the land rightfully so because they couldn't pay us. They were owing us. So they are going to give you the land and come and buy it from you, close to nothing, because you will not have money, you will need money now. He says the reality is that people who got the houses now and title deeds have not sold the houses. He must go to the RDP houses and go and look for the owners of the RDP houses. Yeah. They are not there. RDP houses are being rented out. The owners of the RDP houses went to squat somewhere. Why? They want to make money. They want to make money.
And that they are joining with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, making sure that they will no longer cherish their life, because if we continue to cherish our lives, Africa will never move forward, because these people have a good tactics that they are using on the African, and they know how Africans, we do not want to, yes, we love our lives, we want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Africans are willing, they are ready for liberation, but nobody wants to fight, because Captain Ibrahim Traore made it very clear to us that we can never get any freedom that we are looking for if we are not willing to fight for it. The African can never move forward because the leaders are not ready to go to the battlefield. That we should be ready for everything. We can never say we want to see Africa free, yet when we ourselves are not ready to fight, when we are so timid, when we are so scared. You know, everything these people brought, their religion, their education, is to make the African timid. So we are not able to stand up to these people, stand up for ourselves, fight for the right thing. And that, he said, we all have to decolonize that mentality and be ready to fight till the end. The Africans should be ready to fight too. You should be ready to fight. It is not about sitting down to talk. Talking wouldn't help us. We know what they have done to Gaddafi, and that was the same thing that they told Captain Ibrahim Traore. And Captain Ibrahim Traore boldly came out to tell us all these threats that they've given to him. That's what they always do. See, do you know what we did to Idi Amin? And you want to tread that path? Do you know what we did to Mugabe? And you want to walk that same path? Do you remember what we did to Nkrumah, Sankara? You see, these are people they always use to refer us, so that when we see those things, it keeps fear in us. And I'm even sorry about that video that Burkina Faso banned exportation of cereals to neighboring countries. I'm so sorry that I repeated the same thing. So the ending part is not there. This is the only heaven we have as an African, and that is why we need to fight and protect it. We should be ready to stand. The path will be rough, but if we are able to stand up to the pain, we will enjoy. We shouldn't be thinking about us today. We should be thinking about the next generations, because Nkrumah was doing it knowing the danger. Sankara, Magufuli, Nelson Mandela, Bob Marley, and all these freedom fighters did it knowing the consequences, but they have sacrificed everything for we the next generations that are coming. But the African is always thinking about myself, what I eat today, what I wear today. We do not have plan ahead of ourselves. Like Yellow Popo, their forefathers thought about them, their generations, 100 years, a century, and even beyond a century to come, the children who are yet to come, and they did everything that they have done. And these people are continuing with the legacy of their forefathers, but the African man is sleeping, praying. If prayer would have changed the situation, Yellow Popo wouldn't have brought you that religion. It is actions that we need to set ourselves free. Prayers can never change the African situation. When we say it, people will say, "You of little faith." We have to unite and be ready to fight for Africa. Nothing can set us free if we do not set ourselves free. And that is by fighting for our own selves. United we stand. Divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. I love you, my family. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa and in South Africa.